Hello, my friends. Have you ever heard the expression go something like, what you appreciates gets bigger? I also heard one time years ago, somebody said, what you acknowledge, you get. What you don't acknowledge basically stays out of your field. So I want to stitch that all together here in today's YouTube as it relates, of course, to the new Earth, which most of us are not appreciating or acknowledging because we are fully focused and lost and identified with the old Earth, the old paradigm, the false matrix. And here's the thing. You can say they're both here simultaneously. But they're different states of consciousness. They're different frequencies, but they are both here. And the new earth has always been here. But the more we have been focusing on the false matrix by fighting it, whatever, calling it names, resisting it, believing it, getting trapped in it, getting identified with it, the more we've done that, the less of our attention has been on this beautiful new earth, the true earth or the prime earth. That's in a way, it's just waiting for us, for you and I, to acknowledge it, to appreciate it. And I know this is what I talk a lot about. I've talked a lot about the field, to tune into the field, to sense into the field, which is also to say, acknowledge the field. And when we do, the field kind of acknowledges us back because we're not closing it off. We're not putting a barrier between it and us. We're going, oh, there you are. So it's not that the new is suddenly going to acknowledge us too because we're acknowledging it. No, it doesn't work that way. It's because we are removing our lack of acknowledgement. It's like we are opening that closed door, the portal, by saying, oh, there you are. And then immediately that energy, we can say, flows in because it's like with water, right? If you put something in water, something that's closed, the water can't reach it. But when you open it up, if there's like a lid or something, you take off the lid where it was a vacuum inside with a lid on, and then when you take the lid off, the water just rushes in. Not because the water says, oh, now I'm going to acknowledge you too because you're acknowledging me. No, it doesn't work that way. That's more the mind that believes that that's how it works. But it is up to you and I to acknowledge what is already here. I was going to say waiting for us, but it's not even waiting. It's fine. It's there in its full glory, its full enlightenment. It's always been there. But so now it's up to us. Are we gonna pay attention to that? And in that way, I would say, are we willing to give birth to that? Because it is who we truly are, always have been, and it's already everywhere, inside and out. So, what is it going to take for us to acknowledge something that we really want or to appreciate it? Just by us appreciating the presence, the field, the divine, it appreciates, it grows in our experience because we are now letting it in, like that little water metaphor. Now we're letting it in because we go, oh, there you are. I I did a little video a long time ago. I think it's called something like the ground where on I stand or on our walk. It's a biblical term, is holy ground. And I did a short little video where I was actually walking outside, talking about it and really tuning into that. And I will post it here. And then this morning, it was so beautiful because I was out in the woods, which I am every morning, either walking or running. And that's a really happy place for me because there's no distractions, except this one, of course, that likes to distract. But there's nothing that I need to do except just be there, walking or running or breathing. And it was just like this really appreciating nature, Gaia, the earth. There was just a real felt sense of appreciating the real Gaia, the true prime earth, which is here, which I cannot see with my eyes or hear through my five senses. But when I tune into it, there it is. Oh, there you are. You see, acknowledging it, appreciating it. And as soon as I do that, the connection is very strong. It's very tangible, palpable, because I took the first step to acknowledge it, to appreciate it, and whoosh, the connection is right there because of me, because I am willing to open up to it and acknowledging it. So it was just so sweet on most of my little uh, trip in the redwoods, because I live right in the redwoods. I could just like, God, I just so appreciated the new earth, which I couldn't see, but every time I appreciated it, I just felt it. I felt this boost of energy, this boost of joy, and this amazing sense of gratitude. And if you saw my video yesterday when I talk about kind of my calling, about igniting or activating or make more conscious the next step in the grid, the new grid that we're moving into as the new earth. And it was just so beautiful because when I was out today, there was just such a deep appreciation that, wow, that's what I came here for, to just really acknowledge the new earth, to just connect with it, to see it, to sense it, to appreciate it. There was such a beautiful sense of gratitude, like, wow, how lucky am I that that is my calling in this lifetime. There's other things, of course, but this feels like, currently, it really feels like that's the main one. Well, it has been like that for a while, but it feels like it's deepening in me. So instead of having that little mind thing, which I shared a little bit about yesterday, like that, who am I? And it can't be true, and you have to do something. Now there was just like, thank you, thank you, thank you. How did I get this lucky that my calling is basically to fully acknowledge and appreciate the the energy of the new earth, the heaven on earth, same thing. Remember, the Gospel of Thomas, where he says, what is it? The kingdom is spread all over the earth. Heaven is spread all over the earth, and man cannot see it. And that is where we are in that split where we only just see the false matrix and we miss heaven on earth. We miss the kingdom or the queendom of the divine. But that's not because it's not there or it's not there for us. It's simply because we are not there. And that's why I want to keep inviting us and hopefully inspire us all to keep focusing on this new earth, which is already here. And all we need to experiencing it is to focus on it and acknowledging it. So in that way, if this resonates with you, try and go out in nature when you can, and then walk. And as you walk, know that you are walking, that the ground you are walking on is holy. It was always holy. But we didn't know it because we didn't focus on that. We didn't have our consciousness on that. So the video I did a while ago, that was so beautiful too, because I really felt that. And then it felt like another layer today. The deep appreciation of just walking on holy ground, which is basically walking on the new earth, which has always been here. Right? It's not different than that biblical quote. It's just finally we are beginning to acknowledge it and appreciate it. So if you start appreciating the new earth, whether you can see or hear or taste or smell it or not, you can just go, oh, it is already here. Right there, you are appreciating it. And then you can, you can embellish it a little bit just to keep yourself in that state of appreciation, of connection, of communicating with it, of receiving it. And you know what is also so beautiful is this is actually something that happened to me many years ago in Thailand when I was sitting on the beach. And I opened up my heart to the ocean. There was just appreciating the ocean. Very different than walking in it, sitting, looking at it, but just like a deep acknowledgement, appreciation of the ocean. That very second, I felt the connection. I felt it was like it opened up to me and I could feel the ocean. And I was so grateful that I actually felt that connection, which I hadn't done before because I had not appreciated it. So it doesn't have to be, it doesn't have to be the woods, the nature, the ocean, but it is nice because it's much more still in nature. But anything, if you have a garden, if you have anything you can, or even outside or even inside, see if you can find something to really appreciate. And you have to feel it. You will feel it because if your intention is, I want to know this new earth thing, if you don't know what this is yet, but I want to know it. So then you can start just imagining, like, okay, so if it is true that you are here everywhere, inside and out, I want to connect with you. And you can maybe feel just saying, I want to connect with you. If it's felt in here as a real longing, like I just want to connect with the new earth, something happens in you. It's given, cannot be avoided. It's just there, like I want to connect with the earth, or I want to connect with the divine. That is an intention that goes into the field and connects the field back to us consciously. I really think this is one of the most important things we can do as we're going through these changes. I think next year is going to be pretty big. A lot of things going to happen. And the new earth needs our acknowledgement and appreciation to come in more. You know, as everything is crumbling, we can be the rising phoenix by allowing it, just by acknowledging it. It's like, yeah, I know you're here. I'm open. Please connect with me, or please show me. And of course, the field, it's the divine. You can call it whatever you want to call it, as long as you can feel that connection in your heart with a sense of appreciation and just acknowledging that. So, my friends, give that a try. Try just to connect with the field, with the new earth, with the new paradigm, and see what happens. But make it from here. It's like, oh, yeah, I'm walking on the new earth. It's always been here. I thought this was just a pathway I was walking on, just some dirt or cement or whatever. But it's actually the new earth. And then wait, you pause, you feel, and you let the earth, the ground, the new earth, you let it meet you because you're meeting it. Now you let it meet you by not closing it off anymore. Would you give that a try? I think I'm inspired to inspire others to connect with the new earth, so that giving birth to that new frequency is going to be held by more and more of us. So there might not be so many contractions. All right, friends, feel free to like, share, subscribe, and of course, also comment below. Have a beautiful day.